Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted Podcast. I'm Chase.
And I'm Dylan. All right, so...
Let's go right into the first topic.
Yeah.
Young Rock, Episode 9. This was a good episode. Not, super great, but it was good. This one goes through with his mom's going through Star Search and everything, and then Rock has to deal with these bullies, which he kind of talks about in this book, but he talks about it in a different way, so I feel like he switched up here for this, because these bullies bothered him. So then, so his dad comes with a knife to him, like a switchblade knife. That was good, but it was a good episode. I wouldn't say it was at the best. Not much longer to left. I think there's only 2 or 3 more episodes. So I'm really curious to see how the show all wraps up and everything.
All right, move on to the next topic here. We are going to discuss the finale for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, the finale has actually divided people, with a lot of people saying that it didn't give people... they said that the ending of the show was sloppy. They say that Carly's death was kind of quick and blunt, and they feel like it should have meant something bigger. They also say that, I don't know, I've just seen a lot of people say it's messy too, which I don't understand where that comes from. And a lot of people saying that WandaVision is a better show than this, which I disagree with. But anyway, the finale was good. We got to see Sam finally in his Captain America suit with the wings. It was very comic accurate. We saw him with the shield, doing a bunch of Captain America things.
Just doing a Falcon way.
Yeah, we saw
Mr. Walker actually was working with, helped Falcon. He actually helped them there in the episode, which was a nice thing there. I like that. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was, a good time, and it got right to the action. Didn't waste any time. I maybe can understand where people are with Carly's death. It was kind of quick, but
yeah,
I didn't have a big problem with it.
Also in the episode,
I thought his speech there toward the end of the show.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
I thought that was really good. I like that. I thought that was good.
Yeah, it was very Captain America, explain to people what they're doing and what they can do better and stuff. We also got basically confirmation that the Thunderbolts team, from the comic books, led by Thunderbolt Ross, are actually probably coming. Because Zemo's
still in his cell.
I forgot what her name is. DeFontaine. I forgot what her first name is, but she said you can call me something. I just can't remember what it was. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character. Yeah. But she's basically creating the Thunderbolts right now. We saw in this episode, towards the end. Yeah, I know we're going all over the place, but towards the end, she got off the phone saying our friend Zemo has been busy or whatever, and he got what he wanted, basically. Which basically confirms that she's working with Zemo. Yeah. But then, if you also know, she's working with John Walker, which means you can connect the two, and boom, you got Thunderbolts, because both of them are on the Thunderbolts. Zemo's actually the leader of the Thunderbolts. Yep. So,
he gets his new suit.
Yeah, he gets his new black suit, which is very comic accurate, U.S. agent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, U.S. agent.
And
I liked in this episode because 3 of the Flag Smashers got away. Kind of got away from Carly and they went their separate ways. I liked how Walker and Bucky got them by using that text thing, got them right into. I thought that was funny. I liked that. That was good. But then they get into a police armored vehicle.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the guy who shuts the door says.
One world, one people.
Yeah. And then it blows up, and then it goes to a car, which is Zemo's
Butler.
And then then it goes to Zemo in his cell and everything, and he knows about it, and he kind of smiles and everything. That was cool. But overall, I thought it was a good ending, and I definitely think the show was 10 times way better than WandaVision ever imagined to be. this was, I mean, great, and I think it definitely leads to good things in the future.
Yeah, and a lot of people are disappointed. I'm not saying with the episode. Some people were disappointed with the episode, but I'm talking about disappointed that we only had to wait a week between WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
While I think I read somewhere that said we have to wait like 7 weeks for Loki.
Yeah,
because it said Loki comes out in
June 11th.
So we have to wait like almost 2 full months for Loki to come out, so
you got a break on.
It's gonna be a fun wait, but I mean, it does kind of suck that Marvel's not really giving us a whole lot to work with when it comes to stuff right now. But I mean, we have been spoiled for the last like 2 months with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Maybe they want you to go back and watch them again, I guess. But
yeah,
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is a 10 times way better series. And like I said, with the end credit scene, we read an article saying that it didn't lead, I guess, to a lot of things, but it totally did with Sharon Carter. I'll let you go ahead and go because you were already saying.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know. It's been out for a few days. Sharon Carter is the power broker. That was confirmed in the finale, which was a theory that some people had, but a lot of people didn't think it made sense for her character, especially with other characters who already knew the power broker and referred to it as a he. So a lot of people didn't make sense, A lot of people, or it's also insinuated pretty much at the end that maybe it's going to set up for Don Cheadle's Armor Wars series that was announced back in December. So I'm excited to see where the finale leads further into the MCU.
I think it will lead to good things down the line. But overall, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I thought
I agree.
I thought it was a good episode.
Because I think didn't we give WandaVision the same?
I think so.
I'd give I mean, if I had to go back, I'd give WandaVision probably 7.5.
Yeah.
Because I still think Falcon or Captain America and the Winter Soldier is a better show than WandaVision.
It's a better show, but WandaVision, the ending, I thought was a good episode. Episode, but I felt like WandaVision's problem was it took so long
to get to the
good part where you care. It got right there from the beginning. So I can't wait for Loki. I know we got a long wait, but I'm looking forward to checking out Loki on June 11th.
Yeah, me too. And we're going to move into the next topic here. We're sticking with Marvel, and we're going to go into... It was actually announced, I think, literally the day of the finale, that Captain America 4 is in the works with Malcolm Spellman, who is the showrunner for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, there's no other information we know of. It was just announced. So they haven't announced a release date. They haven't announced casting, villain, storyline, anything yet. It's pretty much just the announcement. And obviously, we know who Captain America is going to be in this movie. It's going to be Sam Wilson. Yeah. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. I'm interested to see.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm wondering if maybe Captain America 4 might deal with the Thunderbolts if they go that way.
I think it'd be a good way to go for it.
A lot of people also think there might be. I don't know if a lot of people thought that they were teasing a season 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but then Captain America 4 was announced, or if they're still that they're teasing a season 2.
I don't know. I feel like some of these Marvel shows should be just one season and done. Maybe this is the one I feel like I could go to. WandaVision was definitely, I feel like, just a one season show and it's over with. Overall, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Captain America 4. How the series ended, I'm very curious to see how what's his, I forget what his name is.
That guy?
Yeah.
Malcolm Spellman?
No, the dude who plays
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I think he will do a great job in continuing that character. I thought the suit was awesome. I still like that.
Yeah,
the suit I thought was great. So hopefully more news will come down the line.
Yeah, and with that, we're gonna move on to the next topic here. Switching over from Marvel, we're gonna switch over to DC, kinda, but it's Warner Brothers this time instead of Disney. And is Warner Brothers phasing out DVDs and Blu-rays next year? Well, there is who is it? I forgot. Jerry Beck, who is an animation historian who works for Warner Brothers, I believe, according to this article. And according to him, he says that Warner Brothers will begin to phase out DVD and Blu-ray releases beginning in 2022. And obviously that means that future movies and TV shows won't be released physically and will be released on HBO Max, which could signal the start of the death of physical media, which a lot of people are already seeing anyway with the rise of streaming services. But if they do this would pretty much put the nail in the coffin, metaphorically and almost physically, in regards to DVD releases.
Shot to the heart.
Now, according to this article, it says that the news began circulating on Twitter recently. While Jerry Beck hasn't tweeted from his personal account in some time, they go by off of screenshots from what appeared to be a Facebook group. So this is technically, I guess, just rumor and speculation. Nothing confirmed. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Rumor, speculation. Beck says that Warner Brothers has no plans to commemorate any landmark events. And here's what he says. As of now, there are no plans to commemorate Daffy or Tweety's anniversaries next year or ever. The company is slowly transitioning away from physical media, and there are no plans for any classic cartoons on DVD or Blu-ray that he knows of, except for one project that they're in the middle of, which may come out later this year or not. Nobody knows what that is, I guess. Anything is possible, that we'll just have to wait and see. And I guess I was wrong earlier. I should have read the article better. That's my apologies. It says he's not directly associated with Warner Brothers, but is considered to be a trusted insider in the area. So that's my bad. I thought he's a historian inside of Warner Brothers. That's my bad. He's a legitimate historian and has quite a bit of credibility. So while it isn't coming directly from the horse's mouth, aka Warner Brothers, it's certainly worth paying attention to because of how trustworthy the guy is. Speaking further, he said, it includes both Warner Archive and regular Warner Home Video. You'll still see some new releases from both during the rest of 2021, but those were planned out last year. Next year is when this year's changes will be felt. Yes, the Tex Avery set sold well enough for the low overhead archive collection division, but in the big picture, it's peanuts. And the focus over there is now on streaming HBO Max. And, They go on to mention in the article that it's worth noting that Jerry Beck specializes in animation and he could be speaking more specifically about the animation arena. But in any case, the shift away from physical media with attention turned towards streaming makes sense, as you see a rise in all these streaming services like Netflix came about, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus, HBO Max. I can definitely see how the death of physical media is on the way with all these streaming services, because the majority of these movies you could go on Amazon Prime Video or something and find, and just I could literally go on there right now, look for it, and it would probably be there. Yeah. As compared to going to the store, buying a DVD, coming home, popping it into my DVD player and turning it on. Yeah. It's a lot easier to go with streaming, because all the studios have to do is just basically upload it to their streaming platform and people can just turn it on. And it's cheaper for people too. Yeah, but it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for the physical media collectors like Chase, because he collects them. Dylan knows. He knows. But I can definitely see where Warner Brothers is possibly coming from with this, because it makes sense. Everything has to end eventually, as you saw with videotapes. Those lasted for a while, but those eventually had to go for DVDs, and then now DVDs gave way to Blu-ray, but DVDs were still around. And then Blu-ray gave way to 4K, but DVDs, Blu-ray, and 4K were still around. But DVDs have actually been slowly phased out in favor of Blu-ray, mainly because Blu-ray players these days are very cheap. I think you can get a Blu-ray player for $30. Yeah. That, and the majority of modern day game consoles come with a Blu-ray player already. PS4. Yeah, come with a Blu-ray player already, or a Blu-ray player already put in there. And even the next gen consoles, I believe, might be capable of playing 4K videos. Yeah, that's what I remember. So, which would be really cool. But I mean, it sucks to me because, like I said, I am a physical media collector, and I will always be a physical media collector. I hope it doesn't happen. I mean, we don't have, like I said, this is just more or less a rumor, not anything to go out and just believe right now. Until we get the word from them, then we can say, hey, yep, that's true. But I hope it's definitely not, because it's a shot to the heart, and I don't want to see it. All right, and the next news we have for you is actually some news from the Sonic movie 2. Now, I think the last time we talked about Sonic movie 2 was whenever Tails was announced, or was it whenever we had the logo with the Tails on it? Yeah. And then I think we may or may not have talked about the voice actress. at some point? I think we did.
I feel like we did.
Yeah. Well, we actually have more news, and it's more substantial news because they've actually been filming Sonic 2 now. Yep. And some set photos have actually come out for it.
They're big ones.
And they're big ones. And it announces Knuckles. You know, it's been long rumored that Knuckles was going to be in the movie, especially with some rumblings about Jason Momoa, which isn't confirmed.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like
but we have some solid evidence here. You can see this group shot of like these 3D models they have as like stand-ins for the set, which a lot of people think is just so they know where to place the characters in the scene.
Yeah, it is.
But we have our first look at Knuckles right here. He looks pretty video game accurate in my opinion. A lot of people are wondering about like the white. Like he has a white like fur collar, you know, right here. A lot of people are wondering what that is. I don't know if this might be it or if this is just like a sun reflection. It looks like a sun reflection. But if he doesn't have it, I'll be fine. I think he still looks perfectly fine.
I think he will have it. It's just since it's just a model.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking.
Just put it in.
But yeah, these are just and then here's a shot of
I can't remember what his name is.
I'm just going to because Sonic called him that, I'm going to call him at Donut Lord.
Donut Lord, yep.
I don't remember what his actual name was.
Yep.
And then his wife or his girlfriend, one of them, I think his girlfriend, are running out of a building that I think exploded, and he's yelling for Sonic for help. We actually have more that are actually a bigger tease for something else. Now, for those of you who've played Sonic Adventure 2, will obviously understand what this reference is. If you look on the side of the helicopter here, you can see this G. Now, what this G means, in Sonic Adventure 2, it stands for the organization GUN, which it stands for something, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head because I haven't played Sonic Adventure 2 in like 15 years. Probably longer. I played it when it came out, and I've played it many years afterwards, but I just can't remember what GUN stands for. It's something of United Nations, I think. Yeah. But a lot of people are thinking that some of these writings on the side of the helicopter actually mean something. Like SA-2, some people are wondering if maybe that's a reference to Sonic Adventure 2 or Sigma Alpha 2. Because in the opening cutscene of Sonic Adventure 2, the game, Sonic actually escapes out of a helicopter called Sigma Alpha 2. Yeah. So a lot of people are wondering if maybe that's a reference and saying that maybe this is Sigma Alpha 2. And then also, if you can see on the back wing here, I know it's kind of dark, it says 6/18/01. And if you look that up, that's the exact date that Sonic Adventure 2 was released. Yeah. So I think these are some
that one I think is really spot on. That's what it means.
Yeah, I think these are some really cool Easter eggs.
And I think you're spot on the SA too. I think.
And we have a few more set photos here. They're of more military vehicles. We have some more gun vehicles right here, like little tanks and stuff. Is that it? I guess that is it.
No, first one.
Oh, yeah, the first one, which is a tank. And you can see there's a gun logo right here. And, yeah, like, we see also this back here, Mean Bean Coffee House. That's actually a reference to, I think it's an old Sonic game that was either not released or that was only released in Japan or something called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually learned that in a YouTube video I actually watched recently. So that was interesting to find out.
It's cool, nice Easter egg.
So I think it's interesting to see these set photos. I don't know when we're going to get a trailer or anything else from it besides these set photos. It'll probably be a little bit because
probably a few more months.
I'd say we'll probably get a trailer maybe around October, September, October.
End of the year for
yeah, I'd say maybe a trailer probably in September, October. Maybe a little bit later because they'll have to, because I know they recently released the logo. They haven't released the poster for the movie yet like they did for the first Sonic movie. But I'd say this movie isn't this movie supposed to come out in 2022? Yep. Okay, so I'm assuming it'll probably come out in like February of 2022. And we'll probably get a trailer in maybe October or November. Yep. I'm going to place my money on maybe a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe a Thanksgiving trailer.
I see about Thanksgiving on there.
Yeah, and then get people hyped up over the Christmas break, and then whenever we come out of Christmas break in like January, February, release the movie. So that's just what I think.
Yeah, but I mean that's some cool set photos just to talk about. I'm sure we'll have more Sonic news within the next few months. So Maybe we'll get a Knuckles voice cast. Maybe a lot of other good stuff. So
also, sorry to cut you off. I realized that our camera was covering this the side over here, and you can see it right now. The 6/18/01 right here is what we were talking about, where we think that's the it's obviously the release date for Sonic Adventure 2. But I just wanted to point that out. I just realized our camera was covering it, so here you can actually see it better. Yeah. All right, and with that, we're going to move on to our last topic here, and that is our spoiler-free review of Mortal Kombat 2021.
Well, we'll do it this way. We're not going to do it the way we did with Godzilla vs. Kong, where we had to we'll kind of actually do that. We're going to talk a little spoiler free, and then we'll let you know when we hit spoil. We'll say spoilers, and we'll get right to it.
Okay, so we're going to do the spoiler discussion in this video.
Spoiler free for right now. We'll let you know when we get into spoilers. I was looking forward to the movie. I know Dylan was. I thought it was good. I really did like it. I mean, it wasn't nothing amazing, nothing like blows me away, but I thought it was a real fun time, and that's what it needed to be, a fun time.
Yeah.
I really thought Kano was something special in this movie. He stole every scene he was in. He was great. Sub-Zero was great. Scorpion was great. Anything from you? I'm trying to think for a minute.
A lot of people didn't like Cole Young's character.
Yeah, I thought he was.
But okay. I liked his character. I thought they did a lot of things right with his character.
He wasn't nothing amazing, but he was okay for what.
He was okay. I really like all of the scenes he had with everybody else in the group later on in the movie. I also liked all the scenes everybody in the group had with each other. I thought they were great. And
I wanted more of Raiden. But it's fine. Goro was pretty cool. I thought he was good.
Goro was great.
He was cool. The fatalities were... we'll talk more about those in the spoiler, but they were
pretty good.
They were good.
I didn't think... I personally
Jax had the best.
I personally don't think we had enough spoilers. I don't think we had enough fatalities. But we had some fatalities.
The dude who I think played Cole, they cut. He's supposed to have a fatality in the movie that was is regarded one of the best from the people, but they cut it. So maybe we'll get deleted scenes on when the video comes out. Maybe we'll see what they are. But
when the video comes out, it's out on HBO Max.
I mean, like Blu-ray and DVD, with the special features. Maybe we'll get something like that.
Maybe if they do that.
Well, it'll be up before the end of the year, so it'll be up before 2022. Anyway, like I said, it was a fun time, and it was everything it needed to be. It's still not the best video game movie. Me and Dylan both still think Sonic is top notch.
Yeah. Since we're going to talk about spoilers after this, we're going to give our rating. Yeah. Now, I know I didn't really talk a whole lot during the spoiler-free review. That's mainly because I agree with everything Chase said, because me and him pretty much had the exact same experience. We feel the exact same way about this. I know it's sort of robotic to think exactly the same way as somebody else, but I really do. I think it's a good movie. I think they did the characters really well. Kano stole the show. He was super funny. Yeah. Sonya Blade was good in my opinion. Just like everybody else, just like all the characters to me, in my opinion, were done good, even though some reviewers say they should have had more character development. But the way I feel is that people going into this movie already know who the characters are. They know their backstory. They know how the characters act and where they're going to go in the future, pretty much. I know this is a movie, it's different than the games, but we pretty much have a groundwork of where we know these characters might go. Yeah. So, I don't understand where that whole character development thing's coming from, because we already know these characters.
I saw something on Facebook that said that you can't complain about this movie unless you played, the original game, the games, which is definitely a good thing. If you can't really go out and complain all about this and that. If you don't know really any of the characters or anything, please play the games before you go off on the thing and saying this stuff. That's kind of definitely the truth. I give it an 8 out of 10. I'm glad it got rated R. It definitely deserved the rated R. It was definitely needed out, PG-13, like the originals one were. But I'll let Dylan give his number rating, and we'll get right into spoilers.
Yeah, I give it an 8 also. Like we were talking about earlier, it's not the best video game movie. I still think that goes to Sonic, which I don't remember what I gave, but I think I gave it an. When did we start? Did we start our podcast after Sonic came out?
It was after,
because it was started back in October of 2020, and Sonic came out in like February or March.
I
of
give
2020.
Sonic a solid 9.
Yeah, me and Chase both gave Sonic a 9, and we're both giving this one an 8. This movie is a lot of fun. There were definitely some areas that they could have improved on. Like I do agree with some criticisms that say that the opening sequence seems like it was filmed by a different company than the rest of the movie, because the opening sequence seemed more serious than the rest of the movie.
It did.
And a lot of people also said that the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight also felt the same way. Like everyone thinks basically all the Scorpion and Sub-Zero scenes were filmed by were filmed by somebody else as compared to the rest of the movie.
Where they come by from that.
Because it's more serious, and I see where they're coming from, but that's our spoiler-free review.
So if you're leaving us now, thank you. We appreciate it.
Come back and finish watching it. Finish watching this after you've seen the movie.
Yeah, so leave a like, subscribe if you're leaving us. But yeah,
spoilers now. Spoilers. But spoiler right now.
I thought, like I said, Kano is one of, like, I wasn't like a super Kano fan going in, but I feel like my level went up on him. I thought, like I said, he stole everything. He was so funny. Like whenever he got his laser, which was cool. I like that. But I definitely, going back to what you were talking about earlier, I get where you were going off on. It seems like it was filmed by a different person, because that opening scene, because I know it's on YouTube right now.
Yeah, they uploaded the first 7 minutes, which I highly recommend you don't watch, because that's something you want to see in the theaters when you go see it.
Yeah. But I can definitely see, it felt like it was like just like a Chinese, like a Japanese kind of movie, and then it went to like an American movie. It was definitely weird. But the opening scene, seeing Scorpion kicking ass, was really cool. I liked everything. That was awesome. And then, like, toward the end, are you talking about, like, which fight? Are you talking about the one in the cage?
What do you mean?
Because you said it was filmed from a different person.
For the opening scene, and then the
one at the end on the cage?
Yes. Basically, they basically say every scene that has Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero.
I felt like, and this is kind of one of my complaints, I felt like there should have been more Scorpion. It wasn't enough.
I think we'll get a lot more Scorpion in the second one.
Yeah, but there wasn't enough, because like in the beginning, he dies, and he goes to hell, and he has to,
very video game accurate.
Yes, and then he comes back at the end whenever Cole's fighting Sub-Zero in the cage.
Yeah,
and then he went away, right?
Yeah, because then he oh, you mean after the fight?
Then he say make your family.
At the end of the fight, he took off his mask and he said, "Protect my bloodline."
Yeah.
And then he disappeared in like a cyclone of fire.
Oh, I also liked whenever in the beginning Scorpion says to Sub-Zero, he goes, "Remember this face," and then and then he takes off his thing and says, "You remember this face?" I thought that was cool. But Sub-Zero was super cool. Everything he was in this movie was really cool. I liked whenever he comes to that town that Cole was at, and he starts like bringing like the thing. I thought that was really cool because he's just taking out everybody.
Yeah.
I liked what was his name, Jax.
Yeah, Jackson Briggs.
I thought he was cool. His fatality to the what's the
guy? I think he's a member of Shao Kahn's either family or clan or something, because his last name was Khan.
Is he part of the Deadly Alliance, which is the Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance game?
I'm not sure.
When he that was cool. I like
he did like a thunder. He did like a Hulk thunderclap on the dude's head.
Yeah, that was
and cool. The setting of that fight is actually one of the levels in the games, which I thought was pretty cool to see.
That was the one with where Shao Kahn's statues like in the background?
I think it was. I don't know.
I can't remember. One thing I thought sucks, but then I kind of remembered, because Kano dies in this, because whenever he's fighting Sonya, he gets stabbed with the
garden gnome.
Garden gnome. But he did have the what am I forgetting? The amulet.
Yeah.
We forgot to look that up before. What that means?
Shinnok's amulet.
So maybe that means he'll come back, and maybe we'll have the video game accurate on this thing.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe what happened was whenever she stabbed him in the eye with the garden gnome, it broke his. I think it's called the orbital lobe.
Yeah.
And and they call them orbital fractures and stuff. It completely destroyed the bones around his eye. And Shang Tsung or somebody is going to bring him back with Shinnok's amulet, but then also repair his eye with the metal cybernetics that you see in the games.
Yeah, I hope so. And Sub-Zero, like I said, he dies at the end.
But he disappears
whenever his face comes in. He says that he'll be back.
Shang Tsung.
Yeah, but he'll be back with an army thing. And he takes. He took him.
He took Sub-Zero. I think Sub-Zero disappeared in a
the black.
A fog of smoke, which implies that possibly in the sequel we're going to see Sub-Zero come back as Noob Saibot.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which will be interesting. Yeah.
It sucks because you talked about before we went into the movie. You saw a review about the tournament. That the tournament's not in the movie. I think they definitely set that up for the future, in the future sequels. Which I told him before. I don't remember if you knew about that. Sub-Zero signed on for
5 movies.
So we're definitely. I think they'd be too dumb to not continue this. I know, like I said, it's definitely mixed with people's opinions.
Another thing I want to talk about is one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat. I honestly couldn't tell you why, but I just really like him. Is Kung Lao.
He was cool.
And they do him so dirty in this movie, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why in the games he's one of my favorite characters, but he just is. I really like Kung Lao.
I think it's because of his
and
hat.
in this movie, he succumbs to Shang Tsung's soul-sucking power. So he basically died. Kung Lao, of all people, Mr. Razor Hat himself, dies from getting his soul sucked out from Shang Tsung, which it really upset me because he's one of my favorite characters, and I was so happy to see him get adapted to the big screen in this movie.
Yeah.
Then they just kill him off like that. Oh, it upset me so much. I think I even told Chase that it kind of upset me whenever it happened.
Yeah, and he did kill. It was
that helper woman.
Yeah, and that was really cool. But I kind of liked also the interaction between Kano and him.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny because that's whenever Kano actually gets his laser thing.
Yeah, and then we also in the movie nobody really is talking about it, but we also get Cabal in this movie.
The Cabal,
the guy who looks
underused.
Yeah, he's definitely underused. He's got the same kind of wit that he has in the games.
He looks dead accurate,
which I really like. Yeah,
if you've seen from Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, he's super accurate.
Dead accurate.
Down to the cane sword things.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
They did him super dirty.
Yeah.
By killing him off which I feel
they killed Melina off too.
Yeah.
The one who has the teeth right here.
I feel like Cabal's death was super weak.
With the fire, the dragon thing.
Maybe I'm the only one that didn't think it was screwed. I kind of, whenever it happened, that's it. I kind of felt like I was just a little bit, but yeah, that one kind of sucked too. I don't know why I think a lot of people expected her to go on. But they did, because you noticed it, and then I noticed it right after you said it.
It gets bigger here.
Katana's fan thing was in the back.
Yeah.
At the what is that? Kind of in a case or something. It's real. I mean, it's kind of it's real quick, but you easily know they're trying to point it out. There it is. Right there, do you see it?
Yeah, they did the same thing with the amulet too, as making it
and the future stuff.
Yeah, I think there were also a few teases to other characters in here as well. There was also a tease to a character named Kotal Khan, who is like an Aztec god-looking character.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he I think it was a drawing on Sonya's board.
Yeah.
And because he's in the games, he's actually I think the love interest of... Who's he the love interest of? He's the love interest, I think, of... God, I can't remember. Is it Jade, I think?
I think.
It's either... I think it's Jade, yeah. He's the love interest of Jade, I
Yeah.
think. Unless Jade's a bad guy. I just can't remember, I'm sorry. But he was teased. Shao Kahn was teased because we saw a huge statue of him that was ripped directly out of the game.
It was the statue, and there was also like a drawing of him whenever they were walking through on the thing. There was a thing of him. I knew going in he wasn't going to be in the movie. I easily could have known that, but it's cool definitely to know that expect him for in the future. I liked. Even though I knew it was in the trailer, whenever I think it was in the trailer when Jax gets his arms ripped off and you knew the thing, I still like that. I don't know what it was. I still think that was cool. And the fight between Goro and Cole was pretty cool. Like in the barn thing, I liked that. But I definitely agree with you. There should have been more fatalities. To be honest, I feel like this movie could have been 20 or 30 minutes longer.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that would have hurted it at all. Because it kind of like, it gets like the story and then they fight and then that's that. I feel like they kind of rushed it there toward the end. But I guess overall, I feel like we got enough things out there. Overall, is just a fun movie. I definitely want to see it again, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Me too.
Give it a solid 7 out of 10. Or 8 out of 10, whatever I said. I'm on the fence. Kind of, like I said, I need to see it again to get that official thing. I look forward to what happens from now because I feel like they've set a good lead way into. Oh, Johnny Cage is not in this movie, but the end.
They teased him at the end, yes, because Cole said he was going to. Because I believe it was Raiden actually said that he wants to gather more champions since. Shang Tsung said he was going to bring armies. Yeah. He said he wants to gather more of Earthrealm's champions, and he sent Cole to Hollywood to search for Johnny Cage, I believe.
You see like a poster.
So
you can see who the thing, but like you see his poster on the name.
Let's see. Another thing, you might be wondering why, if we're giving it all of this praise, why we're only giving it a 7. It's because yes, we like the movie, but there are definitely some things they can improve on. Like we mentioned earlier, the 2 scenes with Scorpion and Sub-Zero do feel like they were filmed by different companies as compared to like.
I said the first one for
the series.
Sure. It feels like it's a. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a Mortal Kombat movie. This feels like it's just a Japanese, just like samurai movie,
which is awesome. Yeah, because Japanese those kind of movies are awesome. Yeah,
it's great, but it's kind of like it feels out of place.
It feels out of place mainly because I think. Like, this is gonna sound bad, but it was better than some other parts in the movie.
Yeah,
because it's Mortal Kombat characters and the origins, but like
Scorpion was just out there kicking
looks
ass.
Better. Yeah,
just kicking ass, taking out those guards, guys. And I think that was also one of my problems too. Is the length? It goes way too. I mean. It ends too quick, and it's like you want more. I know that's what they wanted, but it's kind of like the action scenes you got and like the fatalities you got. It's like that's it.
Yeah, a lot of the fights seemed rushed.
I thought, like definitely like whenever because they go to like this white room or whatever this was.
Yeah, I think Raiden called it the Void, which is like the it's like what did he say? It's like it's the. Like the area between Earthrealm and what is that? Between Earthrealm and the Netherrealm, I think, or something like that, or Earthrealm and where the Elder Gods are.
Yeah. But anyway, like it's just like then like Cole comes in, like it gives one of those like montages of like we fight back, and then it tells them who you're fighting this and fighting this and fighting this, and then it kind of just feels like it's just like this montage. I heard that from somebody else. I can't remember who said that. Like this montage, and they didn't like dedicate enough time. Like as I said, I thought whenever this movie was coming out, they bragged this like they're gonna push gore to the max and everything else. I felt like there could have been just a little more.
Yeah,
just this little more we need. I mean, if they're gonna be doing that more in the sequels, that's fine. But just. I don't know. I will definitely say I felt like it was better than the 90s one for sure, if you've seen those. They said, I definitely need to see it again to give official down pat thoughts on my number. But I had a fun time. That's what I wanted. It delivered that, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future because I know they're going to do more. They just have to.
Yeah, because I think we already saw we forgot to mention it, but we were going to talk about the box office.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat is number 1 at the box office this weekend, which isn't a surprise because Godzilla vs. Kong was dominating for a while.
I'm sure Godzilla
vs. Kong, sorry to switch topics, just passed $450 million at the box office, so good for them. But Mortal Kombat passed Godzilla. I think it was posted on Friday. Mortal Kombat passed 30 million at the box office. I don't know if that's international or just domestic, but that's good for the moment. We'll have to come back to you next week with like actual weekend numbers for this box office because I'm sure it's and they'll probably have reports for the week too. So I'm sure it'll probably be huge because our IMAX showing wasn't fucking packed.
It wasn't fully sold out.
Yeah, but it was packed.
It was damn near. Who knows? Maybe by next week, maybe we'll have hints more at a sequel being announced. I don't know. I can't 100% say that right now, but who knows? We'll definitely talk numbers and everything. Oh, like I said, first impressions, I liked it. I thought it was really good. Had a fun time. Still on the fence, 7 or 8, no matter what.
Some things they could have improved.
Definitely could have improved on a few things. Kano is a plus. Next time, let's get more Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But overall, fun time. Please definitely go check it out.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a good time. If you're a big fan of the games, I think you'll definitely get a kick out of it. Even if you're not, and you're just looking for an action movie, just to sit down and just have a good time, I think you might like it. But check it out. We'd love to hear what you think about the film as well.
Yep, and I think that's actually going to do it for this episode of the Media Unrestricted Podcast. If you would, give us a like and a subscribe. We noticed that from our Fresh Out of the Theater for Mortal Kombat, we actually gained 3 more subscribers. So to those 3 of you that are watching now, thank you for joining us. We hope to bring you more content in the future.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed those.
And if you agree with anything we said or want to leave your thoughts or opinions, you can do that down in the down in the comments, and
I'll definitely comment back to you.
Yeah, we'll comment. We will reply to every comment. Yeah. So just keep an eye out for that. And we also like every comment, so you can keep look out for that as well.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk to you next week. Thank you to the new subscribers. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you guys next week.